Hi, I'm Gina Maroney. Have you been working at a job for years and then you come to find out that someone who just got hired is making the same wages as you? Yeah, it could be really disappointing, and unfortunately, a lot of people could answer yes to this question. This is why it should be required for employees to make an automatic raise for each year working at their job. Let me first tell you some information about pay raises. According to the Fair Labor Standards Act that was originally published in 1938, pay raises are generally an agreement between employer and employee. So, what this means is that companies are not at all required by law to give out pay raises, and they're also not required to pay you above federal minimum wage. Also, companies are allowed to change their mind about a pay increase and they could take it away from you as they please. So, the economic effects of COVID 19 have forced almost half of organizations to reevaluate their salary increase plans for 2021, according to the Salary Planning Survey report. It is also expected that fewer people are going to receive raises in the year of 2021 because of this, so it's pretty unfortunate. So, now that you know some of the background information about pay raises, I'm going to now tell you why we should be getting them every year. So, the first reason we should be getting pay raises every year is because employees should be rewarded for being so loyal to their company. Employees who have been working for an organization for years have devoted all of their time towards it, and therefore they deserve to be rewarded. And also, they haven't left to work for any competitors. According to Forbes, 82% of employees in a survey felt a sense of loyalty to their employers. So, not only would giving employees raises each year benefit the employees, but it could also benefit the organization as well. It could benefit the organization because it would make employees feel like they want to work there longer if they're getting raises. So it would raise incentive for them because they feel like they would be getting rewarded each year, and that would lead to high job satisfaction. So less people would be quitting the job, meaning that the company would be having a lower turnover rate. A turnover rate basically means that it's the amount of people leaving an organization. So you don't want that. So, having a low turnover rate is really good for an organization. It'll make them a lot more money, having more employees, and also the fact that there is more experienced workers, which will benefit the company because they know what they're doing and they'll make the company look really good. According to builtin.com, companies with low turnover rates bring in 4 times higher profits on average. Also, 79% of people who quit their jobs say that they felt a lack of appreciation for their employer, and that's why they left. And that's why it's so important to show your employees, why that you appreciate them. So my next point is that it's not fair for employees to be paid the same amount as people who just started the job. For example, the minimum wage in New Jersey just got changed to $12. So people who have, for example, been working at a job since 2015 that started at $8 an hour, who have worked up to 12 now, are making the exact same as somebody who just got hired in 2021, which isn't very fair. So I think to make this fair, by gradually giving raises each year, that will really help this issue. And I would also like to add that working for an organization for longer means you've adopted new qualifications that should be compensated for, and therefore you should be getting a raise every year due to the new things that you're learning and the new capabilities that you have. So you might be able to train new employees, complete more specific tasks that not everyone would be able to do there, and things like that. Personally, I've been working at a country club for 5 years, and I could say that I've started to train new hires, and I've also taken on different positions and responsibilities as needed. Like, for example, I'm a bartender, but I can serve if that's needed. I could do coat check if that's needed because I know how to do all those things that new people might not. And it's also because you adopt new skills over the years that make you an asset to the company. And then my last argument is that people deserving of a raise might not feel comfortable asking for one. People should get annual raises without needing to ask for a raise because a lot of people would opt not to ask because it's such a risk and they're scared of what their managers are going to say or how they're going to react. According to JobFight, only 29% of employees negotiated their salary at their job, meaning 71% of employees could be missing out on a higher pay. So now that I've gone over all my arguments, I'm going to talk about what people would say to counter this. So people might say that raises should be based on the quality of work rather than the amount of time that somebody worked there. And to that, I would say that it's pretty hard for managers to determine who has an exceptional work performance because they're not working as closely with you as your coworkers are, and they don't see the things that your coworkers see. So they're kind of on the outside looking in, and they can only briefly observe you because they have so many different employees to worry about and to observe as well. Also, everyone works at their own paces, so just because somebody seems to be working very quickly and efficiently, that doesn't mean that they're any better or any more deserving of a raise. Also, managers and employers could feel a sense of bias towards employees, so they might like an employee in particular, and then they'll grant them with a raise when they might not be as deserving of it. Also, employees dedicate their time into the place, and it wouldn't be fair if people who worked more diligently but worked there for less time would be getting more money than someone who's been working there for years and actually put the time in. So another thing people would say about the idea of annual raises is that giving out pay raises so easily could make the company lose money. So this is actually wrong because it could actually be benefiting the company by keeping the employees satisfied. As I mentioned before, there's a lower turnover rate, there's more job satisfaction, and therefore there's a more successful organization. So to wrap things up, I think that it should be required for employers to grant employees with an automatic wage raise for every year working at their job. It's important to address this issue because people really deserve to get paid fairly and be rewarded for their time and effort. And hopefully we can make annual pay raises a reality, and when someone asks if you're making the same pay as someone who just got hired, you won't just say yes. Thank you.